Today is a little bit different. I think I said in the beginning of the year, we need to focus more on regulation, geopolitics, and geopolitics is actually looking like regulation and geopolitics looks like that's going to take the main stage of 2022. What is currently going on in the world is almost crazy. But we know, many people believe it's good to go green. I'm not so convinced, and it seems that many others around the globe are also not. So I thought that we should use this Sunday to have a look at what's really going on. And there's an interesting thing I found. I don't know if you know it, but usually we look at the CBDC tracker, but we can actually look at a global protest tracker. So we're going to be looking at this today, what's going on. And of course, very briefly, we're also going to look at crypto, but I do believe it has an impact on where both traditional and the blockchain cryptocurrency market is going. So that's it. Anyway, I'm happy you're here. And just remember, as always, this little show is only for the sexy looking people.
This dance ain't for everybody. Only the sexy people.
Only the sexy people. So now we know what we are going to do. And when I say market manipulation, what are we looking at? As always, we're looking at the big four. We're looking at Bitcoin down almost 1%. We got Ethereum up almost 1%. We got Cardano down 1.2, and we got DOT down 1.8. As I like just to point out, right? It's Sunday, right? Where I am now is Monday. But look at this here. On a Sunday at 8:45 my time, we're looking at the 15-minute, we could see a little bit of a push, sell-off. The same in Cardano, the same when it came to DOT, and the same when it came to Ethereum. I want to ask you a question. Did any of you sell today at my time, 8:45? That would be, I think, UK time, 6:45. I'm not sure. But anyway, the level of market manipulation is always there. It's kind of like they push a button and then we see the entire market go the same direction. I do want to point out it's Sunday, right? Where I am again on Monday. So the week is more or less over. We have been following here the 7-day moving average on the weekly. We're looking at Bitcoin now. So I've many times pointed out that probably will go up and kiss. I don't know if we're going to go through. Bitcoin didn't go up and kiss. If we look at Ethereum, we can see here Ethereum actually went through. Actually, it even looks like, let's see what's going to happen here in the next few hours, because it is more based on US time, right? And there you still have Sunday. Is it going to go down below, or is it actually going to close above the 7-day moving average? And it is kind of interesting because, who's actually then going to take the lead? If we're going to close above the 7-day moving average and we're then going to see next week going up, that would mean that Ethereum is taking the lead when it comes to not market manipulation, but market domination. And we look at the market domination, we can see that Bitcoin is at 41%. Oh, you cannot see this, but you can trust me here. We have Bitcoin at 41% and Ethereum at 17%. I did say yesterday, and I've said it many times in the past, we're just counting Ethereum, but remember there's so many dApps and there's so many, layer 2 solutions that are basically feeding into the Ethereum-based blockchain layer, which therefore I do believe that Ethereum is more dominant. Anyway, that remains to be seen. Let's have a quick look. We can see Polygon up 5% basically. I guess it's still Mickey Mouse pushing the price up, being lovely and happy. Anyway, everything I say and do is not financial advice. Just remember that. We got Bitcoin Cash also up. So we are seeing the market not, not correlating. It's good to see Filecoin up 8%. Good. Decentralized storage is important. It's very important. And the two big things that we need to take into consideration before we're going to see mass adoption, before we're going to see a turnaround, before we're going to see what the Web 3.0 actually can provide. There are two major things we're not talking about. We're not talking about decentralized storage. Maybe we are. That plays a big part. And a very undervalued, let's say, part of the Web 3.0 is the your digitalized identity on the blockchain. And those companies that actually like to talk about when it comes to your digital identity, it's Kilt, it's Litentry, it is, we will look at them here when we scroll down. Anyway, so Filecoin decentralized storage is up, is good. What else? Up and down a little. Curve down 5%, but 15% over 7 days. Kusama down 1.8, but up 10. So it's very, a little bit different across the board. Let me see. Coin. It's funny. Coin is down, which is also decentralized storage. So there must be some Filecoin news, or it's just based on the fact that Ethereum has been performing so well. Because Filecoin is the biggest, let's say, decentralized storage provider, also under the consensus, and very much Ethereum related to the consensus family. That's why Filecoin will take off, right? It will take off. First, we're going to see when the Web 3.0, the road to mass adoption is first decentralized storage, and then we're going to probably see digital identity. Energy Web Token, I love it. It's going to be the energy blockchain of the future. Now you can debate, is fossil fuels going to have a future? Because we're supposed to go green, right? Pale green. Litentry, decentralized digital identity on the blockchain. Very important. I think it's very important, with market cap of 30 million, also down probably 89% from its all-time high. Also Kilt is providing that. Very important. Polkadot ecosystem. You need to take a look at that. There are also some insurance tokens. I wouldn't really go. You see, with the insurance tokens, it's a bit of a, I would say it's a little, the risk reward potential at the moment is huge, right? Because we have seen Three Arrows Capital, we have seen Celsius, we have seen UST. So obviously also the insurance blockchain protocols have taken a hit. And that's why they are very, very, very undervalued is maybe a big word, but very low valued at the moment. But I do believe that I think we have seen the biggest crisis when it comes to the blockchain individual, protocols going bankrupt, like Celsius, like USD. I think we have that behind us. But nevertheless, insurance tokens are very cheap at the moment. Very, very cheap. But we have Fractal. Fractal is also digital identity on the blockchain. And for example, if you go in here and you just have a look, your own research, right? We can see here, had an all-time high of 120. Now it's down to 2 cents. And I believe it will have a huge future, but it will take a little bit of time. Down 98% from its all-time high, right? So I actually do like to look at this one, which is CoinGo.Live, all your favorite coins. And you can go in and you can see which ones, how much they have dropped from the all-time highs. And we can see Bitcoin is currently at 69%. Ethereum is still down 72%. And if we scroll down here, for those of you who like XRP, 89%. And then you can see here in green how much percentage you would make if it would go to the previous all-time high, right? And there are some real goodies down, down below. Algorand, right? Minus 90%, you make 940. But, ICP, if you believe in that, it's down 98%. And that would net you a profit of 9,279 percent. I mean, this is almost unheard of. Filecoin, so even Filecoin is up a little. It's still down 97% from its all-time high, would net you almost 4,000% if it would go to its all-time high. And then we got the big boys like DeFi. You can see Aave is not gonna, even though it's down 86%, it would only generate you 635%. But IOTA down 94 from its all-time high, that would generate you 1,700%. Here it's very simplistic, and this is no guarantee of anything, but I do like to look at it. And we can see curve down 92%. Compound down 93% would net us 1,500. Averaging in, I think that is a lovely, lovely thing. That was here. Storage, decentralized storage, also down 82%. And we got Litentry, which I do believe it's going to play a big role with the digital identity on the blockchain. The Polkadot ecosystem down 94 with net 1,600. Okay, that's about all we can do. Global protest tracker. And I think this is an important thing because it looks like we're going to see more of this in the future. So you can go on this. You can, I will share the link with you in case you want to, go and do your own searching. not only the CBDC tracker, but also the protest tracker. And then you can go in here and it actually shows you the world map. And then you can see there's a lot of protests going on at the moment. In fact, they're saying over 230 significant anti-government protests worldwide. More than 110 countries have experienced significant protests, and 78 of authoritarian learning countries have faced significant protests. So what you actually can do here, you can go in and, that's a lot going on, but then you can go here and you can then, let's look at the ones that are active. And we got Argentina. What are they, protesting about? Economic crisis protests, right? We got them. I want to focus a little bit on Holland today, but anyway, we got Ecuador, India, Iraq, and a lot going on. But I think the Netherlands is what we need to focus on. So it's economic what they're saying. So what is the trigger? The government's announcement of plans to reduce emissions of nitrogen oxide and ammonia, which are both byproducts of agricultural processes. Anyway, so you can look at this. I want to focus more on what is really going on. And first things first, let's go in. I found this here on Twitter, Radio Genova. And look what they are showing, because they are really up to date with what's going on. So, of every protest or strike. So we got here in the 14th day of general strike in Panama due to rising prices. So that's Panama. Then we got German support for Dutch farmers, right? Numerous actions everywhere in Germany, so they're coming together. Here we got Argentine farmers also rise up, so there's a lot going on. And what do we have here? Spanish farmers are also unhappy. And Dutch farmers obviously also not very happy about what's going on. And here we also got those, I like those tractors, how it's going on. So we can see that it's a little bit all over the place. And there's also more of this. What I also liked is that Italy, they were celebrating. Oh, look at that. Dutch truckers are supporting the farmers' protest. And Australian farmers also rise up. I mean, look at this. This is in Spain. Not as big. Italian farmers rise up in Milano and block city traffic. We're not slaves. We are farmers. In fact, they are. I love them. I mean, farmers are the best people on earth, right? They provide us. And look at this. I don't know if you can hear it. No, we're not allowed to say these things, but this is, at least here they're celebrating that, their prime minister is taking a well-deserved pension. Let's put it like that. So, okay, what I want to go through now is I want to point out a little bit why this has happened in Holland and why I do believe that this is not going, as we can see, has gone global, and why we're not, hearing more about it. First of all, why is this happening? All right, let's go back here. So what we're seeing is that roughly, so obviously the farmers, I think it's worldwide, but if you specifically look at Holland, they have obviously formed their own version of Canada's Freedom Convoy, where they're blocking highways with tractors, they're setting bales of hay on fire, and taking many other actions, throwing manure into government buildings. And why are they doing that? That is because across the globe, more or less, they're protesting against the government's recent goal to cut emissions. And that, on the other hand, can force farmers across the globe to close. So we can see there's a general trend around the world that we should not, we shouldn't use fossil fuels, and we should also not, grow so much food. Gotta be healthy. We're gotta get, lose some weight. Lean, mean body machine. So the Dutch government is aiming to cut nitrogen and, those other things you cannot use, emissions by 50% by 2030, in a bid to improve the air, land, and water quality. And this plan includes cutting back on fertilizers used on farms and cutting back the number of livestock, cows and pigs and porcupines by 30%. That is very, very, it's a lot, right? So there's a quote here from one of the Dutch protesters, and they're saying that the government of the Netherlands is stealing Dutch farmland right under the nose, or it's disguised. In fact, She claims it's a fabricated environmental crisis, but actually as a part of a bigger plot that includes, I own nothing and I'm happy. When we go in here, and I want to take you through some of the mainstream media, you go in on the landing page of CNBC, and what do we see here? Earnings. We see Saudi, we see stocks futures. South Korea is not worried about anything. G20 meeting ends very well, and South Korea and Fed expectation. And then we see Russia strikes. We see inflation, IMF, and that's what we see. And then, something about New Zealand. So that's that. Going to CNN. And what do we see here? Well, of course, the most important thing, and that is that we help our brothers in need and Ukraine, right? So that's on the main page. And Russia faces a number of setbacks in its push to control Donetsk. So, you gotta feel sorry for them. And you better, this is the superstar of 2022. He's probably gonna win the Nobel Peace Prize. He's gonna win, I don't know, an Oscar maybe, an Emmy. An Emmy probably, an Oscar, because, he is a good actor. Anyway, so nothing there on CNN. If we then fly over to the United Kingdom, we go to BBC, and what is their most important things of sharing? And that is more evacuations as Mediterranean wildfires spread. Well, it's not good to have wildfires, that's for sure. And but what else? A little bit of jet stream pumping. We got systemic failures in Texas, school shooting, not good. And then we got Tory race gets personal in latest TV debate. Yeah. And then we got, what do we got here? Benifer tied the knot in Las Vegas. So Benifer is marrying. That's lovely. So you know what we should do? We should send them some love. Then we got a little bit down, the hard choices Sri Lankans must take now. Anyway, I think you get the point, right? There's not a lot of, and then there's some hanky-panky, some bare hanky-panky. That's also good. Then we go down to the Sun, also UK, right? And what is their most important thing? Great British honky-ponky, punk off, millions of, whatever. And then we got some other tragic crash and heat wave and beat bill. I guess you get the point here, right? There's nothing about what's really, what I think is important. For love, no money. Yeah, that's good. I left my family for a Ukrainian lodger. Well, that's well done. Lots of luck to you too, all of you. We go then to Germany. I do speak German, right? So this is the biggest NTV, the biggest news, website in Germany. And what do we have here? Jennifer Lopez is important. And then Ukraine war is very important also, of course. And then Zelensky. And of course Russia again. I understand that this with the gas is important, because everybody's scared that on the 21st that Russia is not gonna provide gas to Europe again after they have done the maintenance on the Nord Stream. And then of course we got the new Oscar nominee, and that's about that, And then so I don't know what this is, and then more Russia, and more Russia, and more Russia. And I don't know who, and more Ukraine, and then we got everybody hates him too, right? So that's that, and not even here. Then we move on to, I'm from Denmark. I don't know if you know that. So go to the Danish. This is actually sophisticated. This is the like the Wall Street Journal, and here we also don't see anything. They're talking. They're saying that the Italian mayors, they are actually recommending that Draghi, he should stay, even though, half of Italy went out on the streets and celebrating that he left. So that's all they talk about that. And then we got some homo love is also important, lots of love. So why did I want to point that out? I guess you do understand what I mean with that, right? There's nobody that is actually referring to it. However, there is some mainstream media that is referring to it, and that is, funny enough, Fox News. Anyway, so Dutch farmer revolt against the climate law is just the beginning, experts say, and they believe there will be unrest all over the world. And I think we're seeing that already, right? So maybe just, I like that Fox is actually sharing this. So they're saying the Dutch government issued a plan in June laying out, the emission reductions, largely targeting agriculture industry. I think you also know. In case you do not know this, you gotta, I'm not really a channel for riots and demonstration. If you don't know, you need to educate yourself. What this is all about, more or less, it is about that we want to protect the environment, right? That's what's being, that's what the governments are saying. And that's why the Dutch government issued a plan laying out the reductions of emissions, largely targeting agriculture, which produces the majority share of these emissions. And this is according to a report from the US Department of Agriculture. So the government, though, they have acknowledged that there's not a future for all farmers to continue their business. And Holland is this, second largest food exporter, I think, in the world. You understand why I can't really, go too detailed into it. I love my channel and I don't want it to be gone tomorrow. Furthermore, we can see here on Fox News, they've actually been covering this quite good. And actually, I don't know if they're endorsing it, but it's almost like Fox at this moment of time is on the side of the people. That's all I got to say about that. In case you want to go in and follow this channel here, I think it's good. Radio Genova, I will share it here. Because then you know what's going on if this is what you want. So the protest tracker and Radio Genova. And before we leave, please, we're starting a new giveaway. Remember, sharing is caring. So please, I'm so happy we paid the previous winners. I'm so sorry that it took so long. We're not the quickest. So please hit like, smash, subscribe, participate. All you gotta have is a BUSD compatible wallet, and the winner will be announced next Saturday night, live. And before we end, we gotta have a last chit chat. Journalism used to be, let's say, a job where a good person who was a good journalist, he would take pride in, providing the truth. Now we don't have a lot of that anymore, unfortunately. So, guys, I love you. I hope, I know this was different. I hope it brought you a little bit of value. And in case it did, then, share or, just give me a like. And today, again, all I want to say to you is focus, educate yourself, and don't quit, because we are on the road to become among the 1%.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's young, he's handsome, he's a prophet, he's a poet. They know it. I must be the greatest.